There he is, Scott Doty, founder and chief executive officer of BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts. Good to see you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
It's been a few years that we've had you on.
Yes, sir. A couple of years now, or 3 years ago, maybe.
That's right. Tell everyone what BrainStorm is.
BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts is the premier network of academic mentors in northern New Jersey. So we specialize in all school subjects, K through 12, and also standardized tests.
It's good stuff. And I would ask what kind of students get tutored, but the fact is, my son Steven, who is actually studying abroad in Spain as we do this program, is a student at Fordham, a junior. You guys tutored him.
That's right.
As he was getting ready for his SATs, a lot of stress.
Everyone's favorite test.
Stressful, right?
Stressful, but fun.
Oh, he didn't say it at the time.
He didn't really say that.
But you got to work him through that. And it's not just, put that in perspective, because it wasn't just my son's experience. I know you did this for so many other students. Describe the approach at BrainStorm.
Okay.
Because, you know, we picked you guys. His mom and I picked you guys, but other parents pick you, but they have other options as well.
Yeah.
Other parents pick other organizations as well. What is the difference between BrainStorm and other organizations who do something that they perceive as similar?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. I would say that we, first of all, focus on academic mentorship, we say, rather than tutoring per se. In other words, we believe that there's a difference qualitatively between building a relationship with the student one-on-one and the relational strength that leads to increased motivation, increased organizational skills, buy-in, commitment to the cause. Whereas I feel like certainly in school and other companies, there's a sense of, I'm a teacher, I'm smarter than you, I'm talking at you, you will take down the notes and like it. And so instead there's a greater sense of reciprocity in the relationship that we try to create. We also are what we say C to A, committed to achievement.
C2A.
C2A, committed to achievement, which is versus C to C, committed to curriculum.
What's the difference?
We find that a lot of companies out there have a sense of, here's our curriculum that we will force upon you and you better like it. And don't worry, if it doesn't go well for you, we'll let you take it again for a discounted price. And that's not really very helpful because it wasn't that helpful in the first place. Why do I need to take it again for a discount?
Right.
What we'd rather be is committed to achievement, which is to say, your son is like no one else. So I'm gonna get to know him, I'm gonna care about his interests, I'm gonna understand his challenges, and I'm gonna try to push him to be the best he can be, and it forces me to be innovative rather than sticking to a curriculum.
I'll ask you about the new center that you guys developed in just a minute, but I'm curious about this. I asked you this a few years ago when you joined us on one-on-one, but you can notice we have a new set. It's beautiful.
Awesome. Doing great.
We're growing. You guys are growing.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll ask you this again for those who may have missed that program. How did you get into this?
Oh.
And why?
That's a good question. I basically fell into it because after I went to school in Boston, I went to a school called Tufts University, and had great experience.
We've heard of it.
Have you heard of it? Okay, it's a small school. I do love it.
I went to Rutgers, you know.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, okay,
it's a great school. I had a great experience. I came home, and like many young people these days who are, talented, have a great resume, they kind of don't know what to do with themselves. There are a lot of options, and I was besieged with options in a lovely way, but I didn't feel like I had a great direction. So I went back to my guidance office at Ramsey High School, my favorite school.
Bergen County,
New Jersey. And they said, listen, you tutored when you were in high school, and we thought you did a great job. We'll recommend you to people. So I started doing it, and I found just a great love for it. And the thing I love about it, besides, like I said, the building of relationships with kids, I really feel like I make an impact that's long-term. We always say at BrainStorm that we want to help with short-term results, but with long-term skills as well. And so, like with your son, I love the opportunity to have invested in him, and now he's off and he's seeing the world, and he's probably using some of the skills we've talked about, and it's very gratifying to me.
The business part of it, though. I mean, so much of this for you, when I first met you, I thought, he really seems like he cares about these young people. Doesn't seem like, obviously, he does. And he wants to make a difference. But you're running a business. The business skills, the finance part of it, the capital part of it, the management of people part of it. Where did you learn that?
I am learning that.
Aren't we always, all the time?
I don't claim to be an expert, but I am learning, and I am blessed with great staff, people who have come on board who share my vision. I borrowed them, stole them. I found a way, because they're just some great young professionals in the area, and in essence, I shared the vision, and they bought into the vision, which is, we're trying to impact young people. We're trying to create life opportunities for kids. And so there are some great teachers, in fact, and engineers, architects. I've actually gone out to the field and lured a few of them away to work with me full time because they've really found that, like I said, it's a very gratifying, very fulfilling job. But yeah, all the business side of things. I actually went to Australia. I got a business degree. And
did?
I was on a scholarship through an organization called Rotary. I'm sure you're aware of it.
Yes.
So Rotary gave me an ambassadorial scholarship.
They ring the bell at lunch.
Is that right?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
I didn't see
Rotary
that.
rings the bell.
Interesting. That's cool. Well, it's a beautiful organization, and they sponsored my master's degree abroad. That was a
that's
great
great.
honor. And so I got a master's degree in business, and I came back with it to start this company.
Good for you.
Yeah.
The center that everyone's talking about, what is the center
Yeah.
that you guys are running, and why is it significant?
Okay, so it's in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey.
Right.
It's in a strip mall where the flagship store
What are
is
we
called
looking at right there,
Market
Scott?
Basket. That's me jumping because I have awesome jumping skills, and that's
You
our
have
sign.
Tutor and jumping skills?
I tutor, exactly. That's one of the many things we do. So you'll notice that in the space, what we're going for is something that feels more comfortable. It's
You can look at it over here, Scott.
Oh, may I? Thank you.
You don't have to turn your head around. Go ahead.
That's fine. So there's a sense that students are not in more, quote unquote, more school. They
Right.
come there, there's a sense that they're in a home. They feel comfortable, they're able to be at ease and yet still stimulated. We're trying to find the right balance there. You'll see me pointing at a big whiteboard. I actually just painted a big wall with whiteboard paints and framed it out, and that's where I give my SAT classes. And you see, again, all the different touches we've put in there to make it feel like it's a place where kids can honestly let their hair down, so to speak, and really connect, like again, relationally with the people who are there.
How do you recruit for these kids? Is it through the parents or the kids, or both?
It's all word of mouth in terms of how we
Is it
gain
buzz?
gain clients. You mean?
Yeah, is it buzz?
It's all buzz.
It's all buzz.
It's, yeah, in essence.
Is it social media buzz, word of mouth, what?
Yeah, we do all those things. I just find that they haven't been as fruitful as just doing the job well. And
What do you mean?
Well, I guess what I mean is that I help produce short-term results for the kid, and the parents feel great about that. And I also build some sense of long-term skills, and the family can sense that the kid is somehow qualitatively different and more confident, more self-aware. And there's a sense of the family that this has been a successful relationship.
And what, they tell someone else?
And then they're on the sideline of the soccer game. They tell five girlfriends.
So
you
word
know?
of mouth doesn't get old.
That's the only way.
It is, right?
I mean, there are a lot of other things that I feel like are peripheral that maybe help and bolster, but the core product always has to be, you know.
You are an
Deliver.
entrepreneur.
Yes, sir. Guilty.
You are.
Yeah, that's it. But I love it. It's a great
is,
thing.
right?
It's
It's a
not
good
for
thing.
everybody. I tell
What
people
does
that
that
all
mean?
the time. It's demanding, and for example, this new thing that we're doing in Franklin Lakes is really taking off in the sense that the trajectory is really great, but in the short term, financially it hurts, and you have to take a risk, you know, and you have to believe in what you're doing. I'm at that center because all the owners of that whole center are also clients, and they've allowed me to say that, and so they invited us, and they said, we love BrainStorm, we've had a great experience, we think you should open your first center, and this is our shot at it.
Last question before I let you out of here. What's it feel like that you're the man, it's all on your shoulders? Come on, right? I love it here, right? I love that if I fail, we fail. Like we don't get sponsors, we're out of business. Did you know that, Steve? John, did you know that?
Scary.
No, these guys don't know that.
They have no idea.
They're like, you got to check. You know, like,
Exactly.
You ever
don't
feel
wanna
that
know.
way? You ever feel alone that it's just us?
I do, and I'm one of those weird people. I'm one of those weird people who likes it. I like the feeling sometimes that it's on my shoulders.
You know
and
why? Because we have a good team.
We have a great team, and I believe in them, and I think they believe in me.
Okay, listen, I'm just teasing you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
I appreciate
All right,
it.
and if my kid fails,
It's on me.
You screwed up. Okay.
It's fine.
Scott Doty is the founder and CEO of BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts. It's good to see you. Keep it up.
My pleasure.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
One-on-one will continue right after this. You're the man.